Hello and welcome back to another 1v1 in Steel Division 2. Today's a special day. Some of the divisions from Steel Division Normandy or Steel Division 1 or Steel Division whatever have been ported to Steel Division 2 now in the beta phase. They will be in the release game as well, but only if you own Steel Division 1. So I hope that one of my favorite divisions would make it over. That was 2nd Infantry, American division, but it didn't. So people are writing me all the time. Whatever. So I'm sorry about that, by the way, but never mind. So some of the divisions were ported along one French division, I think, this British division, some German divisions of course as well, but I picked the Scots. I'm going to play the Scots today, and I never was particularly good with them back in Steel Division when I remember how I played the games back then. I mostly did 1v1s as well, but you know. And I was mostly good with 2nd Infantry and such things, but looking now that you can actually micromanage your deck more, the Scots look pretty interesting. So let's look at the deck. So, a card of Scouts. These guys have the Piat, which is probably the shittiest AT weapon ever. At least from my experience. I haven't played much Brits, but even in this game it didn't really... it performed okay, but not outstandingly. So these guys have 2 Stens, 2 rifles, Lee Enfields and a Piat. 2 cards of elite snipers, so Lee Enfield with a scope, a Sten. Infantry, a lot of infantry. I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of trouble today. So, defense group, 2 Brens, 3 Lee Enfields, cheap infantry, can hold some positions, serve as an MG I guess, that's how I use them. I'm using a lot of added infantry again. Rifles, good infantry, 15 only, I mean that's pretty cheap for a good infantry squad. Though they only have 2 Stens, 7 Lee Enfields and a Bren. So I have more of these rifles. I have 1 card of motorized rifles, you only get 1 card of these dudes. So they have a Piat, same setup, only have an AT weapon. I'm taking some Assault Pioneers, your Flamer squad, British version of it, has smoke grenades, has a flamethrower. Taking a card of Rifle Leaders. Nothing exceptional about them, they have a Piat though. And a shit ton of rifles. And British transport seem to be pretty slow, like this is the fastest one I could find. I think it goes 19 kilometers on a road. But yeah. So what did I leave out? There are these field engineers. I mean, they're not really that good. I have these AG shells that can be useful, I guess. And that's about it. Let's look at our tank tab. Took some Honey Stewards. I remember these guys being really annoying in Steel Division, so you can use them to be annoying yourself. Good little tank, only 25 points, 45mm front, 55mm penetration, not bad. Take some Churchills in A, so 105 front, which is not bad, 90mm penetration for 50 points, not bad either. Churchill 4, 90mm in the front, 175 penetration, so a little bit better there. And Churchill 7, is it? Yes. Churchill 7, 150 in the front. 90mm pen, but you know, can tank some shots from German tanks I guess. We're not really playing this deck because of, I don't know, good tanks, so infantry is where it's at in the support tab and the air tab especially. So some Vickers MGs, nothing much to say about these guys. Some Crocodiles, so flamethrower tanks, pretty interesting with all this setup back here. I guess that carries the fuel for the flamethrower? I'm not sure. So this thing has 150mm front armor, 90mm penetration with the main gun, has a heavy flamethrower. Some Bedford supply. Nice cute truck. You have some Piats again, which you want to stick into forests I guess, 15 points here. 6 pounder, pretty good AT gun, 175mm penetration, this will hurt Germans. 17 pounder. 170mm penetration, so this is for the big cats. Anti-air, kinda didn't go too wild on it. The Crusader is really good, self-propelled, and it's hard to take out, especially if he keeps bombing it with arty and mortars like people usually do when they fight enemy AA. And And, well, it's pretty good. We're not gonna take it out with arty, I guess. Well, maybe some lucky shots, but it's pretty hard. Beaufort's, you know, proven AT. I might... This thing looks interesting, actually. I don't know how that would perform. I wanted to take this one as well, but ran out of points. Arty-wise, we have these guys who I'm using as infantry leaders. I have 2 cards of mortars, because mortars are cool. And I have these 140mm guns, 2 of them in phase B, so that will be my arty, I guess. Air-wise, pretty good air tab, as you'd expect from a British division. Have some Spitfires in A, 2 of them only, 4 of them in B, and 4 of these Tempest Mk5s in B as well. And these Typhoons, which are really, really good. These Typhoons are really... I used them to great extent in the game, and I have 6 of them only. So this is the Scots. Pretty interesting setup, I would say. And I'll see you right in the game. Alright, here we go. We're playing the Scots, 15 infantry Scots, and he's playing 116, so 116th Panzer, that is Windhund. And I remember Windhund, it's another, well, division that was ported over from Steel Division 1. And I remember it pretty well. I played a lot against it because I mostly played allies back then, 2nd Infantry. And Windhund was notorious for rushing, so... At least from my experience and the time when I played Steel Division 1, Windhund was mostly a rushing division. Had good tanks in Phase A, so some Panzer IIIs which you could wet up pretty well, or were wetted up pretty well, since you didn't wet your units back then. And I know I had trouble countering some of the rushes they do. They're usually a one-trick card in the sense of, well, they rush and either they win or they lose. And the playstyle of course changes now that you can build your own deck and veterancy and availability and all these things which Steel Division 2 brought with itself, so this should be an interesting game. And we'll look at the deployments of course when the game actually starts, because I'm too lazy to go over it 10 times. So I don't see many tanks to begin with, so not the usual Windhund play that I was used to. On the other hand, I'm getting a little bit of everything. I'm getting a lot of AT because I expected tanks. Okay, let's go slower now. So let's see, on the far right, this would be flamethrowers, Panzerschreck squad, 2 Recon Pumas, Panzer Grenadiers with a Panzerschreck, Ersatztruppen and a P3. Yeah, these were the guys that people rush with. So pretty good tank for Phase A, especially in Steel Division 1. These guys as well pack a punch. You know, 75 pen can take out a lot of stuff. Over here we have Aufklär, Flammenwerfer, Ersatztruppen, 2 infantry guns and P-Grens. So going all the way around here, these guys are going to contest this village. Over here we have Panzer Grenadiers, Sturmpyros and Panzer Grenadiers going into the village. Over here we have Flammenwerfers, Recon Puma, Panzer Grenadiers, Ersatztruppen, a leader, and what is this? That's another P3. I mean, 150 pen on these guys, you know. So here we go, he's not trying to get the village. Let's look at my deployment. This is now the left side, so... Over here I have a lot of infantry actually, motorized rifles, defense groups, mortar, scouts, Piat, assault pioneers, rifle leaders, snipers and a honey steward. So all of my guys are trying to take the village mostly, some defense groups blocking off here, the mortar goes here, and the scouts will be trying to move into enemy territory. Over here I have a Piat moving into this little forest. I have 2 Vickers, one Vickers MG, and rifles and motorized rifles keeping this position. I bought the motorized rifles and put them here because I thought he might rush tanks through here, so to have more AT. Over here we have a 6-pounder and motorized rifles for the same reasoning, because I thought he might push these tanks through here. 2 rifle squads trying to take that, no AT weapons on these guys. Over here we have a lot of squads, so mostly infantry of course. We have a 6-pounder going here into the village, blocking off this little road. We have some rifles, MGs, rifles, defense groups, MG Piat, assault pios, I think a sniper and a scout, and 2 leaders. So some of these guys are trying to take this village, the others will be blocking off this position, while the scout squad will go here and try to make it into enemy territory to take out some troops. So we can go faster now, no need to hang around here, and we have a lot of opening engagements, so my micro was really bad in some of them because you can't cover 3 sides at once, at least I can't. So Puma starts shooting over here, his infantry moves in first. A lot of infantry, this Puma is trying to move through, I think it's taken out by the Piat now, I didn't really see this one. So he's trying to take out the defense groups, Piat is shooting. There we go, Piat shot, takes out the Puma. Over here nothing much is happening, we have the opening engagement to this little fight over here. I move in a single assault pio over here and he starts shooting the Puma, which I kinda let him because I hope that he will take out the Puma. Snipers are shooting enemy infantry, the really MMG isn't really doing anything. Scouts, I didn't give them the order yet. I have some motorized rifles moving in along with a honey steward. The defense groups are trying to block off this forest. Over here, assault piles are doing a good job at flaming that thing. We'll take it out, very nice, so I think that was worth it. But we'll get taken out by all the enemy infantry around here. I move in the MMG trying to do some damage. Sniper doing good morale damage over here. To the right we have a little bit of an engagement with the Puma. I tell the 6-pounder to shoot it. In here we have enemy Flammenwerfers coming in against my rifles, which will be a tough fight for the rifles. Assault power still going. Sniper takes out the Panzer Schreck, which is good since I have a honey steward coming in. Motorized rifle trying to get in, my assault powers go down. Bad engagement over here. I'm microing on other side. I just tell them to retreat for right now because they can't beat 2 Sturm Pios with Panzer Grenadier support. The sniper will get taken out as well. Bad engagement for me over here. 6-pounder trying to catch that Puma still. Infantry guns supporting the enemy over here. Can't shoot over this forest since they have the high ground. Motorized rifles are here now. Enemy infantry pretty panicked. Mortar isn't doing anything, that's on me. I'm trying to regain some ground over here, but it's really hard against these dudes. 6-pounder is shooting at something. Probably shooting that over there. But it's still aligning, so now it's aiming. Let's see what it shoots at, because I really don't know. This 6-pounder will panic the Puma. Shot fired. Okay, it is. Will it take out the Pigrens? Engine damage, okay. Over here, most of the enemy troops are pinned down. A good opportunity to push forward, which I will do. Mortar is supporting now, which really helps us immensely to win this engagement. 6-pounder, I really like him shooting at that stuff, but you know, should have put him. I guess he was an efficient shot, but it's an efficient shot for him, I guess. My enemy is just content with staying in the village, taking fire from these rifles. We're pushing forward here, can go a little bit faster now. Enemy tank P3 moving in. Enemy infantry gun shooting. I move in a Spitfire to strafe it out. So Spitfire moving in. Really good at strafing out stuff apparently, as we will witness now. Almost takes it out in one run. Really good. P3 is moving in. I don't know why. He's trying to push through, brute force his way through. The icon tells clearly that these guys have an AT weapon, a Piat with 150 pen. Maybe he didn't spot them on time, I don't know. Piat shoots, bailed out, enemy tank will be taken down. He moves in an MA-109 G6. My Spitfires should be able to handle it. We're still engaged here, not really taking out an enemy squad, which is good. That Puma is here now, will start shooting at the rifles, which is bad. Got hit a few times by my AT gun, but only got panicked. Flames, move forward, take out my rifle squad. I'm moving in flames of my own, trying to retake this position, 12-12. And I'll tell my mortar, of course, to shoot the crap out of that area, because mortars are actually good at taking out enemy infantry. And here we go, first shot. Enemy squad down. Really good. Good accuracy here. My planes can do whatever they want. He doesn't show any AA. We chased off his planes though. These guys are pinned down. I should have retreated them in hindsight, but I did too much stuff otherwise, so I just thought, yeah, well, it's only 30 points. There we go. Infantry gun aligning, shooting the assault piles, which I don't particularly like. But I dismount them, I think. Yes, at the last moment dismount here. Oh, they take some damage. But now the Spitfires have a target. Here we go. Almost takes it out. But we retake the objective anyway. 13-11, we're slightly winning. I move in a Churchill just to support my troops over here. He keeps coming through this gap. My AT gun isn't really in the best position, so we have to wait for the tank to get closer. Not much going on around here. I have these scouts on both sides of the map moving through. That's what I forgot to show. And this is now actually funny. I think he spots them. I'm not sure. I thought... There we go. He spots them. And he starts chasing. Gets some flames in, but he kind of just lets them go afterwards, which is a mistake. So I'm strafing out the enemy P-Grand Führer. Don't want the Führer there. 6-pounder is an efficient shot. Just waiting for a victim. Spitfire moving in again, strafing out that enemy Puma. Really good. Here we go. They're assaulting that Piat, but he's going, and his weapons are of course deactivated. We're mortaring this position, trying to keep him back. 13-11 still. My Air Force is really helping me out a lot. 6-pounder gets a shot on the P3. Bam, and it's down. A lot of enemy troops gathering in the forest over here. Scout Piats moving through. Enemy P-Grants against VET 3 rifles. Rifles could have lost this engagement, but have a lot of support going on for them here with the mortar and the planes. I decide to move in my flamethrower as well. He switches targets, which is what you should do. But flamers get a shot in, or not. No, they don't. But these P-Grants will be taken out. Over here he's just preparing some sort of offensive. Infantry guns are being careful right now because they get strafed out immediately. P3 moving in again. Ani Stewart is here. We'll take out the enemy infantry. 12-12 right now. He has a Möbelwagen, which is AA. Pretty funny thing. So here we go, attack starting over here. Opposing them is a single squad of motorized rifles with a rifle leader. He's moving the Sonderkraftfahrzeug through here. Piat will take it out, I think, eventually. I'm moving in a lot of AA right now. I don't want to lose air superiority, and I don't remember how good of an air tab Windhund has. Sturmpiles are moving in. P-Grants get in again. Bad choice if you ask me. Honey Stewart I think shoots them, yes. And I use the Honey Stewart to contest this objective a bit. So Piat wasting 2-3 shots on this thing. But takes it out. So he's moving around trying to surround my troops if he can. But there's the bull forest. If I place it here, basically this forest is locked. You cannot exit the forest without getting shot by the EAA piece. We're just moving in a bit closer to get better accuracy and to hide that Bofors. We have a Jagdpanzer 4 right here. Takes a shot at the defense group. These guys are still alive somehow. Now it's 14-10. He's losing. I contest this objective, but he moves in P-grants. Scouts still moving through, trying to get into enemy territory. Churchill 6 moving in right now. 2 of them. Pretty good situation on the ground for us. He is playing Maverick, so phase B is his strongest phase. We're playing, I think, no. Who's playing what? I think Maverick. I think I'm playing Vanguard. Is it Vanguard? You can see the incomes. I don't remember the names. I get them confused. But our phase C is not as weak as his phase B. As his phase C, I'm sorry. So 6-pounder taking out enemy transport. Mortar is now working on the enemy infantry. He is really trying to get this objective. These guys are sitting around waiting for Panzer. 2 P3s coming in again. Scouts making their way through, especially these ones. Honey Stewart gets taken out by Panzer. Bad place by me. Should have retreated that tank. I'm trying to get into a good position. I make a mistake here and enable the Lee Enfield, which is bad. Because if infantry appears, they will start shooting these 2 guys with Lee Enfields, and you will lose the squad because they won't do much, but they will give away their position. So Lee Enfield disabled. That's how it should be. These guys are still deactivated. I forget to order them to move further. We have 2 140mm RD pieces right now. I'm gonna start pounding some Germans. This forest is a prime target. I was not aware of how much infantry he has in there. It seems like he really wants that village. These guys are still positioning themselves. I move in some infantry, luckily some rifles. Because I smell that something is wrong, especially with the front line going like this. Here we go, that's the problem. These guys start shooting with the Lee Enfield and the transport will take them out because that was a stupid play by me. So all the effort getting these guys back just because I didn't do that. I do it now, but it's too late. I move in these scout Piats and I learn from my mistakes fast, so Lee Enfield deactivated, Stan activated and Piat activated. Panzer moving first, trying to take out the Honey Stewart, I guess. RD pieces resting, no good targets right now. There are a lot of good targets, but no visible targets, I guess. I have a lot of infantry moving in. I'm planning an attack on this objective again. And here we go, he was waiting for the tanks. So a lot of enemy infantry moving in. My RD piece is now starting to shoot the forest. Let's see how effective they are. Total miss here. Takes out 1 dude. Mortar's working as well. And there we go. The first Typhoon of the game coming in. I think he loses sight of the target, so this might be a miss. A lot of RD coming down on these Germans. Shoots and misses, but still panics. Very nice. We have a Vet 2 MA-109 coming in now. Trying to contest 3 of them actually. Second Typhoon is moving in. Gets a shot, takes out at P3. I have Spitfires here, contesting the enemy fighter planes. A lot of the enemy force is panicked. Now I unleash my blob of infantry. A rifle leader with 4 rifle squads. We have the numbers. I lose a lot of planes though. Some of his planes get taken out by the Bofors. So I don't know. We traded. I don't think anybody came out on top here, but I came on top with killing these tanks. Panther A here now. A big cat. We will have problems with this one. So we have to pull some shenanigans to kill it. There's some Sturmpiles here just chilling. Artie is shooting again at the forest, I guess. Yes. I'm moving the Churchill as close as possible. It's our only hope of penetrating that thing. Infantry is moving through. Artie doing a good job. Panther is shooting. I have another Churchill coming up. This one is moving through. I'm trying to take out the P3. So here we go. First shot. Track's broken. Bad. Side damage. Second Churchill shot. Takes out the enemy tank. I'm moving in Tempests, trying to panic this thing. Now the scouts are moving towards the enemy spawn. Churchill trying to retreat. Not really happening though. Panther gets him in his sight. Shoots. Track's broken. And I'm flanking with the other Churchill, trying to do something here. My plane's really helping. Now the Panther is panicked. My infantry just grinding the enemy down. Trying to take out that Panther A, but it's not happening. Churchill not getting a clear shot over here. It moves away slightly. The infantry gun starts firing. Shoots the Churchill in. Crew panicked. There we go. Problems. I move the motor rifles forward, trying to surrender that thing. And I do. We're just moving through the forest here, trying to take it back. My planes are getting shredded, but you know. To the right, nothing much is happening. I have a crocodile now. And here we go, Panther G coming in. Most expensive Panther variant, I think. Piat is firing. Takes it out. These guys paid for themselves. And here we go. Some Sturmpiles trying to take us out. I have a lot of rifles though. This guy out of Piat ammunition, sadly. And this guy's engaging the infantry gun. I try to maneuver around to panic these guys. He's shooting the rifle leaders. And here we go. Enemy squad gets taken down. My arty is shooting at the blob over here. Not that I know that it's a blob, but I suspect there's a Panzerwerfer here. Here I took this objective, 12-12 now. But we immediately retake another, so 13-11. These shots are going to the forest over here, a lot of infantry there. Scouts still in position. Could have enabled the Lee Enfields now, anyway, since they're basically standing there. But okay. Panzerwerfer moving in from another spawn, which is sad for me. RD shots moving in on this group of infantry. This one might be good. Nice. So could have pulled off the same thing here if I wasn't so stupid to enable the Lee Enfield, but you gotta learn from your mistakes. Infantry guns are losing this fight over here, of course. They are infantry guns after all. I have some rifles coming in to retake this objective, but supply moving in to the mortars. Here we have another spawn. This guy can't really take them out because he's not firing with the Piat. So another lesson learned, the Piat won't be fired on these dudes or on normal trucks. Two of my planes moving in take out a Panzer G, I think. Even get out alive. He has MA-109 chasing, but Tempest's coming in. So the ideal combo again for this sort of thing is I should have moved in snipers with these guys, but whatever. Milbelwagen shooting the planes, not really doing too much though. Churchill firing, we'll take out these infantry guns. My guys are still in position, so if he moves armor in, it might get taken out. A big troop concentration on this side right now. We are, I think, entering phase C. And Panther G on the hill, that's the end of the Churchill, I think. We have Ersatztruppen moving in. I don't know why he even bothers with Ersatztruppen, because they won't beat the rifles. Good shot by the Panzerwerfer, but really this is like worth 30 points. I would have used my barrage on something else, something better. But not a lot of my troops are expensive. We're playing with cheap troops here. RD shots coming in. Some good shots, big explosions, the way we like it. It's moving through to the forest. Crocodile is waiting here. Will be a nasty surprise. And here we go, Ersatztruppen just engaging 3 guys over here. Just let them do their thing. I don't know if he realizes what's happening here. There we go, we take out another transport. Piat is firing. Their side damage really nice. 2 enemy and he gets taken out. He paid for himself. Well, very nice. So worth it after all. Although we lost on this side, we gained on this side. So that Panther alone costs I don't know how many points. A lot. If we're not playing destruction, but you know, these points have to come from somewhere. So are they firing again? Come on, zoom out. We're firing at the forest. It's usually the position I shell when I don't have anything better to shell, because people like to move stuff in here. Mortar firing on Ersatztruppen will panic them really fast. There we go. I move out the 3 rifles to surrender these dudes. And here we go. They run into the Crocodile. Crocodile is pretty tough, especially from the front. Takes out 1 enemy vehicle. That's a lot of stuff actually. Takes out 2nd enemy vehicle. And by now I realize this is a major push, so I start moving the Crocodile back, I think. Yes. I see infantry emerging from the forest now, calling in my planes to help out. But I think I lose the micro. I stop microing it because stuff happens. But Crocodile doing a lot of damage over here, basically stopping his push. Oh, the Churchill is still alive somehow. Didn't expect that. But he is killing a lot of this stuff that's coming in here. So move the Crocodile back in. I sense weakness. Jagdpanzer coming in. We destroyed an enemy Puma. Good rocket barrage, although on cheap infantry again, which I have more than enough of. Here we go, new rifle squad coming in. New rifle blob, better said. Churchill shoots down, but this thing is panicking it really badly, so I move it out and I move in the Piat. Let them deal with the Piat. Sturmpeilers and Ersatztruppen will probably retake that objective. And a lot of infantry coming in. I'm planning another push on that village. 1410. So Scots performing really good, even against heavy German armor, mostly due to their superior air force. So air superiority with these guys, really important. We take out some enemy vehicles here. Here we go again, but there's a P3 coming in now. I have an RT commander that will support those rifles. Over here he's trying to push through again, but I use a lot of my RT against him here. And we are bombarding, yes, that objective, because we want to retake it, of course. So Croc is here. Enemy Sturmpeilers sneaking around. Tempest is here to support if he needs something. And here we go, RT shot. Panics one Ersatztrupp, not really too much or too spectacular. But we have a lot of infantry here now, which should dismount. So here we go. 4 rifles against Sturmpeilers will lose the fight if you don't micro. Croc is here. He's shooting the forest, actually on target. As I've said, bad engagement for the rifles. I pull some of them back, move around, trying to kill as much of these guys as possible. Plane is supporting as well. Commander gets in, so now these guys won't surrender. And now I can go all out on these flamers. There we go. We will retake this objective. Or here Croc gets crew killed by the P3. So 150 pen on that thing, should be able to penetrate from the front. Eventually. And I move in more squads here. Trying to retake that village. Some infantry coming into the forest as well. Good rocket barrage, still on 30-point infantry, but you know. Thinking about it, I don't have high value targets on the map except for my RT maybe. Again, Churchill here, doing a lot of damage to these dudes that are coming in. I spot the P3 now, I move in a Typhoon. He's trying to get around the Croc to kill it, I think. Here we go. Takes out the enemy tank, Croc lives. He's getting a bit desperate, pushing wherever he can push. My infantry dismounts really badly here, gets shredded by the enemy Puma. I move in another Typhoon. Puma gets taken out. I start smoking the area, which I should have done in the first place. More infantry coming in to hold the forest. 1410 over here. He's getting bailed out by something, I'm not sure what. Oh, 6-pounder has line of sight, I think. A lot of panic stuff here, but my guys are coming back. I have a Vickers MG and artillery commander here. I start shelling the village, I think. Tempest is strafing out the pack. So, Air Force performing really well here. The panic is slowly decreasing and we're gonna move in. Mortar are now firing at that AT gun. And the infantry arrives. That's a lot of brands. So, more Typhoons. I'm using them on infantry because I want to hold this objective. I have 2 Churchill 7s moving in right now. Croc is still there. There's a Jagdpanzer here now shooting at that thing. We'll take it out eventually, I think. Maybe. Sturmpower's flanking around. We're slowly engaging the enemy troops in the village with Honey Stewart support, and here is another Churchill 6. We take the village. Jagdpanzer surrenders some of my infantry. Nothing much going on the map except for this engagement here. Croc lives. Six-pounder now getting a shot on something. Let's see what. Fires, takes out... no, transmission damage on the Panther, no. Takes out the Puma. Second shot. Transmission damage on the Puma. Puma is doing a lot of damage though, takes out the AT gun. I have a Tempest moving in trying to surrender that Jagdpanzer. The supply truck was moving in to repair the Croc, but the Croc is dead. Still don't know what picked it off. I think it was the Jagdpanzer. So I'm trying to get enough air force on the field to surrender that thing. Village is under our control. Here we go, that's enough. Rifles move forward. Jagdpanzer surrenders, we retake the truck. I misclick here, as you can see. That was not meant to be. I think I noticed sometime. Already shooting at low value targets. My troops still have the wrong command. I'm using my arty to shell that forest. Now they're moving back. I don't know how that happened. We're strafing out the Puma again. A lot of Pumas this game. RDPs might take it out? No. Okay. Typhoon coming in. Attacking the Panther. Doesn't take it out, but does a lot of damage. These Churchills hopelessly outclassed against the Panther G up there. But we're holding the line. It's 16-8 right now. As I've said, his phase C is only 80 points, so he has trouble holding the line now. Typhoon moving in, trying to take out that Panther G. Juicy high value target, only 2 rockets go in. Doesn't shoot its whole payload, so no kill. And I'm just moving in infantry. Without AT weapons though, they can charge the Tiger, I guess, or the Panther. I think he's running low on infantry, slowly but surely. I have more than enough. Artie is making him keep his head down. There we go, Typhoon moves in, takes out the enemy tank now. A lot of infantry get surrendered and killed here. He underestimates the amount of infantry I can field here. Again, another engagement here. Artie commander is first. I let him be first to soak up the Baltelado. And let these dudes do the damage. So, 16-8. Shooting some stuff. There we go, trying to shoot that Panther, I guess. and this is the game. So he surrenders, he GG's out. Good game, well played by my opponent. Chronology, what do I want to see? So we killed a lot of stuff though. Yeah, well, let's see. So Piat takes out a Puma and a transport. Assault Pios doing some damage. Sniper doing good. 6-pounder doing a lot of damage here. Spitfire takes out 2 infantry guns. Motorized rifles take out the Panzer Shrek. There's something here that is actually interesting. So Scout Piats, I think these are the ones. Yes, they take out the Panther G. Take out the transport, take out Storm Pios, and take out an enemy Puma. So they paid for themselves. This is like a, I think, 30-point squad. So how much points did they kill? They killed the Panther. That's over 200 points, I'm pretty sure. Rifles did good. Churchill 6, amazing here. That's the Churchill 6 that was waiting for the enemy troops to advance into that forest. Typhoon takes out Panther, G, and Puma. Tempest doing some damage, good. Crocodile takes out a lot of stuff as well. Rifles performing well. Typhoon, another Panzer. And let's see, what is his best unit? So P. Grants performing good. Möbelwagen actually doing good damage to Typhoons. Jagdpanzer 4 doing good damage, killing the Croc, okay. Mystery solved. And the Panther G takes out my 2 Churchills, so bad place there by me. Good game, I guess. And the new divisions, they're not really new. I mean, the ported divisions are really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed them as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do subscribe and like the channel, or like the video, better said, since it helps my channel grow and it helps me greatly. So I'm gonna see you soon with more 1v1s, and until then, have a good one.